Hi, Meredith.
Kimberly.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm like kind of coming from down from that post vacation. Like I call it the post vacation blues.
It's accurate. You guys got back on Saturday.
Yes. So I just got back from a week-long cruise in the Caribbean with some friends. And it was probably one of the best the best girls trip I've been on.
This.
Yeah, no, it was a really good trip. I had been on a cruise once before with two out of the three other people that I traveled with. And it was fine. Like it was fun. We had a good time, but this one was way better for some reason. And that's what got me thinking about today's topic, which I just changed at the last minute, which is like what makes a good girls trip. That's what we're going to talk
Ooh,
about today.
I like this.
Because I think you've been on a girls trip or two, and I have. And like what makes them fun, what makes them successful, and how do you avoid drama and like ending of friendships. So yeah, it was a great trip. I had a lot of ice cream. I have a couple stories for you.
I can't wait. But first, I want to note that I saw you doing the Macarena, and it looked like you were having the best time ever on a boat,
Hmm.
a different boat than the cruise boat. Also, did you actually get a tattoo?
Yes,
Sweet. What is it?
it's just a little four-leaf clover.
Cute. Where is it?
Yeah, it's right here on my arm. It's covered up. We went on Virgin Voyages, which is adults only, so there's no kids, which is fantastic. And they have a tattoo ship on board. The last time that we sailed with them, we were like, oh, we should go do it, and then like we never did. But you don't want to get a tattoo on the first day of your trip because then you can't go in
Getting
the
in the
sun,
water.
you
Yeah.
can't get in the water like that. I mean, no, I'm going to do all of those things. So we went down kind of on a whim on, I want to say Thursday, because we got off the ship on Saturday. And so like we went down on Thursday and we were like, hey, do you guys have any appointments? And he's like, yeah, we can fit you in tomorrow at 5. And we were like, really? Cool. We'll be back. And we got it on the last day, which we were not expecting.
Did you also get your nails done?
I did.
Damn.
I got them done before I left.
New year, new Kimberly.
I know. I know. Well, I'd been doing my nails, but I was like, I really want them to last. And when I do them myself, they just don't last that long. So I went and I got some dip and
Nice.
yeah.
So since it's an adults only, is that how you guys are able to sunbathe topless?
Yes. So they allow you to sunbathe topless on a sea day. So you have to be at sea on a specific deck. Like you can't just do it at the pool, which is kind of stupid, but like there's just this one section. And what's kind of funny is you are right along the track. So there's a track on the ship. And so people go and um, walk along
Run.
the track and run. And then you're just sitting there like tits out because like the chairs face that direction. I went up there. I was like, I'm going to sunbathe topless. This is going to be great. And I got up there and there was nobody sunbathing topless. And I was like, well, wait, is this like actually a thing? Like nobody in the crew had told me, like I had read it like somewhere on the internet, like, well. So I had like whipped off my top and then the lady next to me took off her top. And I was like, okay, great. Like maybe she was
Trendsetter.
just, yeah, maybe she was just waiting for somebody else. And well, if I'm going to get in trouble, at least I'll get in trouble with someone else. So
I I was getting updates from the girls group while on the trip, and I was getting tattoo work done and finished a tattoo that is on my butt, and I sent the group a photo of my finished tattoo. And so I got a return photo, and it was Kimberly and another friend topless, except Kimberly was covered by a book because I'm still not allowed to see Kimberly's tits. So but the dude next to me on the airplane definitely saw our other friend's tits. I don't know how he didn't, because I was like my flight was at 5 in the morning, so I got
ew.
on the plane and just passed out. Checked my messages as soon as we landed, and I'm like looking at the photo. I'm like, oh, I see the boat. I was like, oh shit, that's boobs. Okay, my bad. Exit out. Because I mean, how many times have you been like on an airplane and you're just mindlessly looking around and you're like looking at other people's phones? Like not
Yeah.
intentionally. It's just like, oh yeah, okay. But point being, I like zoomed into the photo because I was like, where the fuck are they that they're able to be topless? And I was like, they're on the ship. And so I saw the people in the background. I was like, no one else is topless but these two. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah,
But
there
anyways.
there were some other people, but I did not think that they would want to be in our photo.
That's
So,
fair.
yeah.
I was just thinking, I wasn't looking for other tits necessarily, but I was
You were.
like, well, maybe. But I was like, are they on a nude beach? Like, are there other people naked? But nobody else is naked.
Yeah. No, it's just this like one particular section where you can be topless. And I'm pretty sure that quite a few people got a bit more exercise
Yeah, they're
that
like, oh,
day.
let's do another
Let's
lap,
go around
folks.
again. Did I see what I think I saw? I'm
Wait a
not sure.
minute.
Because like it's not like they put out. I don't know how people knew this.
Well, someone's putting out.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know who put like. There's no like come be topless on deck 17. Like there's I don't know how people knew this, but
How
I
did
saw
you
it
know
on
it?
I
Was it
saw it
in
on the
like,
internet,
oh, well, the internet never lies.
or
So
I saw it on the internet. Yeah, so
perfect. Okay. Well,
yeah.
what was your, damn, I have so many questions. Wait, you tell me your stories and then I'll ask questions.
Well, I wanted to bring up the topic of sending you a topless photo, but not sending you a topless photo because I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah. And then we talked about continuing the trend. So like finding different angles in which I could be topless but like continuing to be blocked off.
Mm-hmm.
So but then we
You could have done like standing and then someone else's arm is like pointing this direction or like,
yeah, we were going to do one where I was on our friend's balcony and it was glass. And so then but like right where my tits were would be
the top of the balcony.
the top of the like the railing, so you wouldn't see anything else. And did we follow through on that? No.
Well,
we were busy.
You guys were busy having fun, and I think that's fine.
Yeah. The other thing is that I finally used my own advice and I told someone that I had diarrhea to get out of something I did not want to do.
I did want to hear this entire story because I feel like somebody has to be partying pretty hard for you guys to be like, nah, that's too much for me.
Not really. I don't take shots because I don't drink hard liquor. So like anytime somebody's like, let's do shots, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like I would like to exit this situation. So anyway, we met this gal at the tattoo shop and she and another gal in our group were like ready to party. And they went off and were partying and the other three of us went and there's a spot where you can like lay down at the back of the boat and like you can lay there and like watch the stars and like it's just really beautiful. And so we're laying there and like we're all kind of getting tired. But the two girls come back and they've met a man. And so then they all come over and they're like sitting on this bed with us and we're like cool. And the gal that we met was like, I'm ready to party. Like, let's do shots. Everyone wants a shot. And I was like, no, I don't want a shot. And then, they do the pushback of like, I'm buying shots. Like, you want a shot. And I was like, I have diarrhea. And then
no questions asked.
No questions asked.
I'm so proud. And I've been in enough situations with you where it's really hard to tell if you're joking or not. And you can deadpan a comment very easily. And I could just picture myself being like, God, okay, well, thanks.
Yeah, she like didn't really react. But then when the shots came out, there was no shot for me.
I'm proud of you.
I was pretty proud of myself.
I'm glad we've taken that next step in our social personalities. I don't know,
but it works. So my sample size of 1, it works.
We've got a lot of sample sizes of 1.
Yeah.
But it's okay. God. I'm glad you guys had fun.
We did.
How was the red night? I liked
Uh,
your dress, your sparkly dress.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fine. I really had to rally because that was the day that we went out on that party boat.
Mm.
And I mean, I danced for like the entire hour back, and I drank beer, which I don't usually drink beer, but like it was nice that day. And so then I was tired. And so I
Well,
had to
you're out
like
in the sun
rally.
all day. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love
So
this.
I did the
I'm glad you guys
Macarena. I
had fun.
requested, like, nobody was really dancing. And I was like, isn't this a party boat? Like, we booked a party boat. We paid to be here. There's a DJ. Nobody's dancing.
Which I also found hilarious when I saw the video of you doing the Macarena. Still no one was dancing. It just made me really proud and reminded me that, like, you should just be having fun no matter what other people think. And sometimes I do have a hard time with that. Like, I
We,
get worried about what people are looking at or what they think, but I think you are the prime example of I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I'm going to have fun and I'll probably never see you people again, so fuck off.
right. Oh, so we brought the party. Like, we
Yeah.
not only paid to be here, but like, we also are the party.
Sounds like they
And
need to up their game a little bit.
yeah, I was like, they had a DJ and it was really loud. I was like, why didn't I bring my earplugs? I would be enjoying the Macarena so much more if I brought my earplugs.
Hang on, let me okay.
But yeah, we did the Macarena, we did the Cupid Shuffle, and then, like regular songs came on, and then I was like, I'm gonna request the YMCA. And of course I said that to one of my friends, and she's like, that's so lame. And I was like, then I said it to another guy, and he was like, yeah. And you know what? All the gays came out for the YMCA.
Yes. So
So
fun.
yeah, it yeah, it
Were
was a
those
fun
only
time.
s I'm glad. Were those only stories you had?
Um, I think the only like relevant ones.
Okay. And I'm
Me too.
glad you're back because it feels like I haven't talked to anyone in forever.
I know.
And I haven't seen you in a long time.
I
Since we
know.
got remote option of this, like, can we hang out next week?
Yeah, I'm around.
Okay.
Do you have any updates?
Well, I wanted to talk about the picture of your no boobs. I have something I would like to read that your brother sent me
Oh,
while you were gone,
he did send us
um,
shirts.
which I think is awesome. Thank you, Sean. You're the best. I just he sent me this on Instagram unprompted, and I had no words. It was so funny, but I thought you might like to hear it if we have time to
I'm a
read it.
little nervous.
Don't be nervous.
I'm nervous. That's what I do.
This is what he said.
This is what my brother said to you on the
Yep,
internet?
on
Okay.
the internets. Longtime listener, first time caller. As a fellow male, I noticed Kimberly's brother was incurring significant wrath for his inability to successfully coordinate Christmas surprises. I have checked the court transcripts, and he certainly made errors, and may be suffering from early onset, oops, I shit my pants dementia. However, there is nuance for his most recent Grinch esque failure. What your co host failed to mention was that her brother in laws somehow received his work address and have been sending random baby shit, unmarked gifts, and cheap trinkets since the baby shower, and his office has turned into a dumpster of unnecessary Amazon packages. So while he definitely fucked up Christmas for Kimbers, trademark that name, by the way, 2 years in a row, it's not without context, which only matters because someday Natalie Portman may listen to this podcast, and I don't want to ruin my chances with her based on her having the impression that I am Buzz McAllister from Home Alone, or her brother's chances, whatever.
So who's sending him random shit to his office?
I know, I had trouble with that too. That her brother's in-laws. Oh, I read that wrong. I said brother-in-laws. Brother's in-laws. So he's speaking in third person.
Right.
So his
What a
in-laws are
nerd.
send it. Yeah. And then he fucked it up at the end. But I was like, all I could think at the end when he was comparing himself to Buzz from Home Alone was,
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
that's exactly what I wrote back. Plus other things. But that I was like, I'm going to read that, but I laughed so hard. And just the way he talks, you guys are so related. Like, I was like, this is like talking to Kimberly.
Mhm.
Uh,
Except
but,
not quite as cool. Just a
well,
little
yes, of
less.
course.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Okay, thank you.
Um, but for context, that's in reference to us talking shit about his ability to keep a Christmas surprise on our
Mhm,
holiday episode.
mhm,
So that's his lawyer coming to his defense.
mhm,
Hmm.
mhm.
Self-representation.
He's the one that told us to ship stuff to his work.
There's 3 sides to every story.
Yep, yep, and my side is right.
Mm.
So, yeah. No, but he sent us T-shirts, and we'll have to wear them one of these episodes.
I love them. I showed Boat Guy last night, and he thought it was hilarious. Also, my brother finally listened to the podcast. My
I was
brother
just gonna say
now.
awesome.
Awesome.
Your brother
Uh,
listened?
yeah, and he was like, "It sounds really good." It's like,
Thank
"Thanks.
you.
Can you become another um steady listener like Sean? Because you
Yeah,
got some competition right now."
yeah. People are obsessed with us. It's
Yeah,
fine.
people really like us.
Oh
We're
my god,
so
we're so
popular.
cool.
Oh,
Oh,
uh, well, what would you like to talk about today?
I want to talk about what makes a good girls trip
Okay. What makes a good
and
girls trip?
what makes a good girls trip. Because I'm like, what made this trip better than the other ones?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Better than all the ones that you've been on with me.
yeah, yeah. Um, and maybe it wasn't necessarily better than them, but it was
I'm
one
kidding.
that like I wasn't you know how oftentimes at the end of a trip you're like, I just want to get home.
Mhm.
Like I didn't feel that way. I was like, oh, I'm like
Aw.
still having such a good time. Like I could go another day. Like I know eventually I would be like, okay, like I'm ready to be home. But I was having such a good time. And maybe this isn't specific to girls trips, but what makes friends compatible travel partners
Ooh, yes.
versus what doesn't. And I kind of had an epiphany, I want to say last summer when I went to Costa Rica and we invited some people that we didn't know very well and they just did not fit in with the group. And it's like, okay, I will never travel with these people ever again.
Which also sparked, I think that was one of the examples that got us talking about the life would be better off if we were psychopaths, because we were like, are we the only ones that are considerate of other people's time? Like, because sometimes it takes stuff like that to be like, oh, we are not the same.
Right. Realizing like the people that I was traveling with that I knew and I'd known for a long time and done multiple trips with was like, well, yeah, like I travel well with them because they do a good job of trying to be considerate of the people that they're with. So I just wrote like a few notes on things that I was like, okay, this is a thing that I think makes a big difference for whether it's people that you're traveling with or like what makes a good girls trip was being on the same wavelength with lifestyle.
Okay.
And it's not just like it's like how much partying are we going to do?
Oh, yes.
How, do you want to start drinking every day at 10 a.m. and not end until 2 a.m.? Or do you want to like have a day or two that we, do drink or we don't drink? And, maybe we have one drink and we sit by the pool
Or
and we're in bed by 9.
either being on the same wavelength with that or just having somebody who's down to do whatever. Like, I'm usually just the person that's like, as long as I don't have to pick the activity, I'll do whatever it is that you want to do. I think that I get really overwhelmed by having to make the amount of decisions that I do at work, that in my personal life, I don't want to make any fucking decisions. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's, I think it's part of why the relationship I'm in now works so well. As long as he makes the decision of where we're eating or what like plan we have for the day, I don't care. And there are times where I'm like, oh, there's a specific activity that I want to do, but that's never really a problem.
Yeah, that was another point that I was gonna make. You need to decide what your role in the group is going to be.
So if you're not the decision maker, now I'm willing to, like, if it comes down to it and I have to decide something, I'm not going to be like, whatever. I'll make a decision, but I just mean, like, I don't want to be the one planning the day's activities. Unless
Right.
you tell me I need to pick something, I'll pick something, but whatever.
Right. And that's a good place to be because there are those people that are like, "No, I don't wanna do that."
Yes.
And then they don't come up with an alternative, and they're not willing to help. They're not willing to, like, find something else or, they're like, "Oh, no, I don't like that Airbnb."
Yes.
And then crickets, and you're like, "Okay, well, I spent 3 hours narrowing it down and you don't like any of these." Like, well,
So then you come up with an alternative. I
right.
do I do the same thing at work. Like, if you have a problem with how something's working and you think it's not working well, you better come to me with a solution, cuz like I have a lot of things going on. If you're coming to me with a problem without a solution, come back.
Yeah, fuck off. Um, so back to my lifestyle point, how late do you wanna stay up? Like, do we wanna go to bed early? Like, do we want to go to dinner late? Like, those are things that are going to kind of make or break your trip. Like, "Oh, I wanna get up early and I wanna go for a run every day." And you're like, "Wait, no, I don't." And the other thing is, like, if you have, like, a packed schedule, because there are some people who will plan an itinerary, like, down to the 15-minute mark, and which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if that's not something that you wanna do, should you be going on this trip? Or, like, do you want a packed schedule or do you wanna leave it open? Or, um what
I've
I
done
like
both and I'd prefer not to have a pack schedule.
yeah, same. I like having a rough itinerary. What I don't like is when you go on a trip and then you get there and then you're like, "Oh, what are we gonna do today?"
Yeah.
And it's like, then you spend, an hour and everybody's putting in their opinion and everybody's talking, and it's like, do that before you go and at least have, like, some ideas of, like, what you're gonna do, um, so that you don't end up in that situation, especially in a group setting where like you have a lot of people and a lot of opinions. But it's easier to do that when there's just, you know, two of you and you are just gonna fly by the seat of your pants. That's fine. But
Well, I
yeah.
also think it's important in like let's use your trip as an example. There's 4 people. Um, let's pretend it was 2 couples.
Okay.
I think, especially on a cruise, I think people need to be okay with not doing every single activity together, because I've been on trips with multiple couples where it's like, well, we're going to dinner. Okay, cool. Why aren't you ready? I didn't say I was going to dinner with you. Like, what? It's like, oh, well, we don't want to go without you. It's like, that sounds like a you issue. I didn't, like, what?
Hmm.
If we don't want to do every single thing together, like, this is my trip too. I don't have to do every single thing that you guys wanted to do, and vice
Yep.
versa.
That
Like,
was that was another point that I had of like, you have to be okay with either doing something by yourself
mhm.
or when someone says, "I don't wanna do that," going, "Okay, does anybody else wanna do it?" And, then you go with that person. There were multiple times where, 3 of us went and did something. There were, multiple times where we split into groups of 2 and just, did other things, and it worked out really well. We had, our excursions. We had a couple excursions planned, and one of them I I picked one and I said, "This is the one I wanna do," and 2 others wanted to do it, and one other person said, "I wanna go do this one out. It's like a 6-hour thing. I'm gonna go do it. I wanna do that." And it's like, "That's awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Great." Like,
and you have to be okay with that.
yeah, and I don't like, this isn't like, we're each paying to be here. I get to choose what I want to do, and I get to say yay or nay. Like, one of the gals spent all day in bed one day. Like, she was just like, "I'm tired. I'm gonna spend all day in bed." And I was like,
Good for
"That
you.
that's fantastic."
Yeah,
Um, so I think respecting that people may not want to do all of the things that you want to do is big. And yeah. and respecting that.
And not taking it personally, if somebody wants to do something different. I think sometimes that's interpreted as, "I don't want to hang out with you," and
Mhm.
that's not the case. It's just like, "No, I just wanna do a different thing, and if you don't wanna do that thing with me, that's okay."
Yep. One of the things that you can do that is helpful is saying, "This is my must see, my must do, my non-negotiable." Like, this is the 1 or 2 things that I have to see and I want to do them. Um, and sometimes people have them and sometimes they don't, but I did. The one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to go to, Virgin Gorda and go to the baths. It's in, like, national park, and they were all like, "Sure, great." I don't know, a couple of them were like, "Whatever, I'll sign up. How much is it? I'll do it." Like, so that was cool that they all were willing to be like, "Oh, well, if you think this is cool, like, it'll probably be cool." And it was pretty cool. Not to, like, toot my own horn, but
It was my
tootly
idea.
toot.
Totally
Um,
too. Ugh.
but, and I think the other thing that made this trip really nice was that, so we stayed for 2 days in Puerto Rico before, and
Oh, okay.
it was one of the girls' birthdays. It was her birthday,
Mhm.
and I had sent, like, a suggested itinerary of stuff that we could do and, like, identified some restaurants and stuff that was, like, nearby, and I had suggested that we go out to a bioluminescent bay, which you and Josh and everyone I've talked to said it was totally worth it,
Yes.
and, the gal whose birthday it was just kinda like, I don't know," like, "I don't know," and I'm like, "That's fine." Like, I would love to do it, but I'm also totally fine with, like, not putting in the effort to get, all the way across, and, we ended up not doing that, and, like, it's fine. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's her birthday, like, if it hadn't been her birthday and I had really, really wanted to do it, I would have just gone and done it, but, you know
I think it is on the other end of the island though, isn't it?
mhm.
Yeah.
So and I had found some place that included, driving, but yeah, so, I think the other thing that makes group trips really nice is an all-inclusive
Oh
where
my god. That's sorry.
because like, we're coming out of this trip, and I booked a bunch of Ubers, I paid for stuff, like, someone didn't have any cash, so someone paid, for all of and so now we're kind of, like, trying to split up, like, who owes
Playing
who
the
what,
Venmo
and
game. Yeah.
yeah, so, um, it happens, but, like, honestly, if you can have one person who they pay for everything, and then at the end, then it's all split out and whatever, but
That's something that I appreciate about cruises because I do think that people love to shit on cruises, but everything's attached to your stateroom card, and so there's no confusing who gets what charge, and it's all included in like what you pay beforehand is all included in one payment, which is usually drinks and food, and then there's any, like, random things that you can charge extra when you get there, but again, it's charged to your stateroom card. There's no confusing who gets the bill at the end, so
yep,
so
yep,
easy. And another reason that I wanted to, like, do a family cruise is because it's such an easy way to take a group of people, in my opinion, who want to do different things
mhm,
on a trip at the same time, because it's not like you fly, you stay at a place, and it's like, okay, let's coordinate transportation for everyone. Let's figure out what we're all doing today. No, you're on a floating city and everybody can
yep,
do whatever the fuck they want for 7 days.
yep. I totally agree, like, I think it's such a fun way to do a group trip. I think it's not a way to go and experience a culture.
No, I think there are different, those are different types of trips.
Yep,
Like if you're trying to see Alaska, for example, like if you
mhm,
want to spend time at a certain place in Alaska, don't go on a cruise.
no,
Go stay in the place in Alaska.
yep,
But like I think if you want to have an all-inclusive resort that sees beautiful areas in Alaska temporarily, a cruise is perfect.
yeah, it's like I I said it's just a floating all-inclusive that visits different spots,
Yeah.
and, I don't feel like I really got to experience the culture of the places that we went, but I did get to see parts of them. and kind of know places that I'm like, "Oh, I would love to come back and explore that some more." But it was fun. We had a great time.
Hell yeah. Did you have any other remarks? Maybe
No, I think that was all of the notes that I had. I would be very curious to hear what other people
have to say.
yeah, have to say. Like, what's been their
I also think you and I both have been on good trips and bad trips. And so it helps to be able to compare. And not that, like, I don't know that I've necessarily been on bad trips, but there were things that just made them complicated or more tense. And I think when you have somebody who wants to control the entire thing, it does make it hard. And I've been on more than one trip like that. I'm not speaking about a specific instance. You quickly learn someone's habits that maybe you didn't know before. Cause, like, obviously, you and I are close friends and we spend a lot of time together, but we don't spend all day every day together, so we don't experience each other's routines. And you learn a lot about how rigid or flexible someone is in their routine when you're spending a lot, like when you're spending 2 straight weeks with them or 1 straight week with them.
mhm.
So,
Like, my roommate knows at this point, because 'cause we've shared a room many a times, that I will probably be naked and that I will probably ask her to put sunscreen on my naked body because on my naked back, because you put sunscreen on before you get dressed, so you cover the whole body, and I like to dance. So, if you have a room with me, you're probably gonna have to put sunscreen on my back while I'm naked and dancing. So, just throwing that out
easy,
there. Yeah.
easy. I
So if you're
guess
not
we can never
comfortable with that,
I guess
yeah,
we can never
oh,
room
we
together.
can't. That's true. That's true. Sorry.
Uh, I should have gone on this cruise. No. I'm glad
You
I got
missed
the
out.
tattoo finished. I know. I know I did, but I'm glad you guys had fun and I'm glad I finally got the tattoo finished. So,
Good. How does it feel? Is your butt itchy?
yeah. I took
Yeah.
the bandage off on Saturday and it's kind of in a phase where it's scabbed over already, but it's still slightly healing, so it feels raised and kind of
Mm.
like swollen in some areas that probably get a little more action with the clothing, like where my underwear goes. There's like some areas that it's like rubbing against that it's definitely itchy.
That sucks.
But it's it's on its way.
How many hours were you under the needle?
Under the needle. This session?
Yeah.
Probably 10. It's probably 5 hours each day.
And in
And like
total, how long did this tattoo take?
6 sessions, so about 30 hours. But like I know, but like keep in mind it's not 5 hours of like straight needle to skin. Like there's breaks, there's stopping points, but like yeah, you're there for a long time.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes, it's where oh, I was with Emily and Sydney this weekend and I had sent them a photo as well. And Sydney asked if she could show the photo to her sister-in-law, essentially. And I was like, you can show that photo to whoever you want. It's on the internet for people to see, so I don't really care. It's on
I think
Instagram.
you're gonna have to post it on our
Uh, I don't care. And B, I spent so much time
and money.
and money on this for no one to see it. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
People need to see it. It's art on your
it's
butt.
just a butt, guys.
Well, I'm happy for you. I'm glad.
Thanks.
But
Thanks.
yeah, that's all I have for you today.
Okay. Well,
So
I'm glad you had a really good time and hopefully hopefully the topic means that you want to go on more girls trips in the future.
well, I do. Like I'm
I
already like
I love a girls trip. My
I'm like,
Colorado girls texted me recently and they're like, "Hey, want to do something in April?" And I was like, "Yes." I never get to see them, so I'm very excited.
yeah,
I don't know what the plan is, but yeah.
I'm excited. I want to do another one. So I didn't think I would be that into cruising, and I don't think that that's how I want to, like, always travel, but the fact that it's just a nice way to travel with your friends is good. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's all I've got for you today.
well, I guess you know, dealing with other people's personalities for 7 days is a good reminder that
Mildly
mildly
thriving
thriving
is
is
thriving enough.
thriving enough.
Wow. One of these days we'll get it.
It sounds perfect on my side. Like,
Oh.
I thought we were perfectly synced, so there
No.
you...
No. We definitely were not. I don't think we'll ever be synced up again until we record in person.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah.
You get an echo. Anyways,
Echo.
bye!
Anyways.